Gentlemen, welcome here to the Command Center by Wargaming. We are here for the World of Tanks Singapore National Series Finals. With me here today is my good friend Ryan Cruz. Ryan, welcome aboard.
Thank you so much. My name is RP, and we are, like what he said, we are inside Wargaming Command Center. It's really warm inside because the tankers are getting ready to fight it out. So what can you say about that?
Well, we're here, of course, it's a best of 5 here, and the first matches will be the semi-finals. The guys are playing for, of course, a spot at the Tanks Asia Masters Series 2 playoffs. This is the shortcut, the shortcut in the back door. Of course, that will see them fighting for some significant prizes, but what are they playing for here today?
Besides the spot for the Tank Asia Masters Season 2 playoffs, we have prizes for the first place. They have 1,500 USD, plus t-shirts, full set gaming peripherals from Thermaltake eSports, and 70,000 gold. For the second prize,
1,000 US dollars. They'll be getting the t-shirts as well. 35,000 gold. Not to be sneezed at. Quite a lot of garage slots with that.
And for third place, they have 500 USD, which is not bad, plus t-shirts and 21,000 gold. So we will all have fun, and we will see a lot of games, because this is the best of Singapore.
And what teams have we got in the first round?
For the first round, we have the Coalition versus Project Phantom. So, do you have any background about this team?
Well, the Coalition, they've only been together for 3 months. Of course, some of these guys have been playing for longer than that, but 3 months. The lineup, we've got, first of all, the captain, Dragon Chuan. Dragon is a fairly experienced player. He's backed up by Baby. 33334.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be calling that full name in the games. We've got Elder Twin, Raymond 350, Elastic Little Brother, or ELB as his teammates call him, No Thing 29, and last but not least, Larax. What's the lineup there though for Project Phantom?
For Project Phantom, we have some bring something here.
And of course, there are some new things that are in the game at the moment. We've just had patch 8.9. It's brought a new play mode.
And I heard that ISG team played the new team battles, and they said it's good. The 742 format, it's actually good. So for all of you guys out there, it's actually good practice for esports teams. So if you want a shot at the 60 grand, the Season 2 playoffs, or Season 2 Tank Asia Masters, you should try the team battles for a good practice.
Yeah, sure, of course, like myself with my clan, Valhalla Gamer, not as experienced as you guys at PvP. And some of those guys just starting to gain experience in the 742 format, and this is going to provide them a real opportunity to polish those skills.
Yep. Because, you know, it's the same format as we're doing here in 742. And besides that, the skills comes into consideration. So they'll look at the skills, look at the tanks. So again, this is a good practice for the esports teams.
Well, I think that now is as good a time as any to get ready for the first match in this best of 5 series. What map have we got?
We have Prokhorovka, and the Coalition will start south side of the map. The Project Phantom will start at the north part of the map. So what do you think, you know, any predictions?
Prokhorovka is a fun map. I love it. I love driving the scouts around. If we were to look at the lineups, we have some very interesting tank selections, of course. I see the guys that you'll be looking at there, Project Phantom. They are bringing some interesting tanks to the table. What have you got?
For Project Phantom, we have, how do you pronounce it? Waffentrager?
I'll give you the full name. I'll say it once today. The Rheinmetall Borsig Waffentrager.
And this came out during the 8.9 patch, right?
Yeah, it's really only been played for the last...
Can you tell us about it?
It's an interesting tank destroyer. There's already a lot of word going around on the forums that this tank is overpowered.
OP.
Guys are very interested in the amount of damage this tank destroyer is able to bring to bear very quickly. It's got very nice pen. We're at 334 millimeters of pen. That's not bad.
Yep.
And 750 hit points per shot.
But for me and you, this is the first time that we will see
Yeah.
a team using it. And again, Team ISG is always an exciting team to watch. So
Yeah.
let's see what they can bring on the table. So again, for Project Phantom, which is composed of some ISG players, we have 2 Waffentraggers,
Yeah.
a T-32, an AMX 1390, and last is the 50-100. How about for the other team?
The Coalition, they're a little more, what you might say, conventional. Of course, mobility is the key on this map. We've got 2 of the WZ, the Chinese lights, WZ-132s, the Wheezy, as the players like to call it. Wheezy, AMX 1390, of course.
Yep.
That's a staple on a map like this. Mobility, get out, wait and see, let other people start the engagement, dive in like a vulture and finish. The 2 T1s and a couple of T32s.
And
so
what
really,
do you think it can bring on this game? The T32s?
the T32, that's, your whole team is going to pivot around these tanks. They're going to give you a point to anchor onto, a big heavy tank, of course that formidable turret. Nigh on impenetrable. The experienced players would know that. You shoot at the turret on this tank, you're wasting your time unless you're trying to disable the gun, but really you want to be shooting the hull. So they're probably going to sit out there in the center of the map, probably sit up, let the hull hide behind the raised ground, bring that turret out, get some vision for those small tanks to get around and lay down a little bit of hurt.
There's an engagement, they can take damage from their life.
Of course, they're a damage zone.
Yep.
They'll try and be the point that everyone's shooting at. Then the little guys are going to duck out, lay down some fire, retreat. Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Besides getting it fun, it's going to be exciting. So
It's exciting.
I think we have the lineup okay, we have the map okay, and what are we waiting for? Let's roll out.
There's the start. The teams are ready to go on the first one. This is exciting. RP, I am ready to rock.
Yeah, this is, again, best of Singapore. So we have 4 teams battling it out. Singapore tankers.
I hope the teams are as excited as we are. We've been up all night drinking bubble tea, hitting the local delicacies.
Yeah.
We're pumped.
Bubble tea, I love it. Really love it. So we're now up to the countdown. We have 15 seconds. Any predictions? Just quick prediction.
Well, obviously we're going to expect guys, members of Project Phantom to bring a lot of skill and experience to bear. But it's hard to say, you know, as you said, we've got new guys are exciting. They bring
Time to roll out.
were to go the other side of the train line, you can do what I like to call the clock, where both teams rotate around the map and never even bump into each other. Unless, of course, they've left scouts at the back. If we were to check out what's going on the other side, Coalition switch. Coalition, team fans out forward position. Dragon Twin is active support gate. Position. Center of the map, leading edge on the town. And right through the expect to see the team center on the map. That's the spot where you get the best vision. Bring his long range to bear. Try and draw the fire with the center position play. The Wheezy sitting high up on the back of the map here. That, of course, is Larax. He's taking a bit of a sniper kind of position. He does an accurate gun on the Wheezy, of course. So it'll be interesting to see if he's able to get some shots, but the team are really pushing hard up the right side of the train track, as you and I probably expected to happen.
Phantom, pretty looking at the map. They're trying to spot the T1s. Basically, their teammates right? So I think we'll see a lot of
We've got contact. We do have contact. Sorry to butt in there. Elastic Little Brother. The initial engagement came over the train line there. I'm not sure who saw, but we did see early shots traded. And I'm not sure everyone still looks to be at 100% on my side of the fence. I think any of you guys take damage there.
I think what you're talking about is T1s. So both T1s are now spotted for each side. However, again, they're the opposite sides of the map. So the map is spot the enemy first. So they're getting and like I said, these are trying one heavy tank sniping. Okay, see one down. One T1 down.
Seppies is gone.
That was the PC1.
He's now sitting up using the wreck of Seppies to guard the base position here at sector 1 and 2. Of course, they don't go into position and project out forces. Yeah, it's pretty early on. Maybe switch back to your side. What's going on over there with the family?
I think they have one of the T1s moving to spot. There's an enemy on the J line going down south. So, are there any things that happen on this? Because all the opposite sides, and you have the right side of the map. I have mine on the left.
And the clock is ticking. Switch over and see a dragon here from the would he be served well to perhaps make a rush at this stage? What happens at this stage if we were to go to starting to put fire down, but it's all too little too late. And we move to a draw.
So we are going to play same side, same lineup, same map.
Yeah, no advantages now. We both teams know what the other team is bringing out.
Yep.
They've seen a little bit of how courageous they're going to be tactically. Of course, everyone's a little reserved early on, but yeah, things got a little quiet there. The action wasn't exactly boiling, but yeah, now the guys are going to be a little nervous. Of course, when things like that happen with a draw, the match referees do have the ability to come in and dish out penalties, and nobody wants to get penalized for passive play. So I'm sure they're going to be a little more courageous this time.
What do you say about those staying at that position for the coalition? Is that a good decision?
I think if you, obviously the T-32 needs to get the turret exposed, have a bit of a look, see what he can see, but for both of them there at the same time, yeah, I personally feel like they maybe could have used one of them somewhere else. You might have taken him further back on the map to one of, or even north, but to one of the train line crossovers, as it were. Get across there. Just, you need to cause the enemy to spread his forces, need him to look a little further. You'd concur with that?
I think one of them went up too much. That's why he's like 38%.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you have to remember with T-32 is just all that hard to spot enemies.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have to replay this round, and again, same map, same lineup, same side. Let's roll out. Let's see if Bubbles will be able to spot.
Right now he's got some help coming up in the center of the map.
it's really a good trade. However, losing a 5100 Cetus is still in 100% health, and he's going to try to spot the tappers. And do you think this is a smart decision for Coalition to cap?
I think it's a desperate decision. I think they don't really have a lot of other cards to play. Two tanks capable of big damage. Cetus.
Panda guy's down. Panda guy's down. 60% for Cetus. We will see a 1-on-1 between Cetus. Actually, it's a 2 tier 1.
Yeah, the tier 1s. The tier 1s are playing it. They're putting down to 60%. I think this now GG?
Well, if this goes to a draw, it's GG.
Yeah.
And
there's another one. Got the T-30 down. They moved up on him in the center of the map. Monoceros in the T8, I think, may have got the kill. Top traders have got 2 kills each.
Yep.
Well.
They're very useful. They're very useful. Here.
gas tank's ruptured. We're low on fuel.
But it's not particularly renowned
Yeah.
for having inches of steel plate available.
Yeah.
That
So-
is it. That's a win. A win for Project Phantom. And they move up to 1-0 scoreline, and that is the first. Of course, it's a best of 5.
Yeah, best of 5. So
Who doesn't like being 1-up in a best of 5? It's better than the alternative.
congratulations to Phantom for
Yeah.
taking the first round, and I really like how they pushed.
Yeah, they did. They were courageous. They were adventurous. I think they knew the other team, perhaps in their first tournament experience, were a little tentative, a little unsure. And then once again, you know, as we mentioned after the first draw, they weren't sure how things were going to go in the second round. And driven by the ISG element within Project Phantom. But let's not take away that they're a team of their own. Project Phantom came out, maybe took advantage of that tentative nature of the coalition, and they hit hard. They came out and really took the match to them, and perhaps caught them by surprise.
But you know, Coalition, I'll give them a kudos. Even though they're new to this
Yeah.
battle or to this game,
They did very well. They never gave up, as we saw there at the end. ELB, he was still out there and shooting.
Yeah.
He went in there, exposed one of the weaknesses of the Waffenträger. As we said, its armor is non-existent. Yeah, that's it, exactly.
You saw the single Waffenträger
Yeah.
being penetrated by the 2 T1s.
Yeah.
It's like like what we were talking about last
We
night.
were, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
RNG
big-
moments.
Yeah, RNG moments. When you and its playstyle as compared to an IS-3. Coalition are going with 3 110s, 2 AMX 5100s, and 2 T1s. So mobility, they're going mobility, which Does that suggest that they may not go straight into the city? I guess only time's going to tell. Why don't we roll this one out? Let's hit that big red start button, RP.
Yep.
Let's get into the action.
Let's roll out.
Ruinberg.
So again, watching with that KV5. So let's see if they will be able to have action in the city and, you know.
Let's go! Damaged. It's working, but not very well.
That looked like the cap was on. We thought perhaps that move straight up the center was going to do the job for the coalition, but just like that, they have turned around. The Waffenträgers have held their ground with their paper-thin armor. The IS-3s have come back, come straight out of the center there on the 5-6. Wow. Man, I'm blown away by how decisive, quick, and aggressively they turned that match.
In that battle, I really give kudos to those IS-3s. If you can remember, they're able to flank.
Yeah.
They gave pressure to the capping team.
Yeah. And they didn't really take any damage. The 5100, I don't know. We know he can't take the front line.
Yep.
And he was caught behind the other guys. Once they got up and realized they were in a corner fight, he couldn't really get up there and be used properly. But I don't know, maybe one of the 110s needed to come back and support him, or did he need to be up there in the cap as well? But of course, it would have required him to turn his back on the T1 of Panda Kai. And we all know how much the T1s like to get into the back, as we've seen, 5100 and the 1390.
They really like what Coalition did.
Yeah.
You know, they're the ones who gave pressure.
They're aggressive.
Yep, they're aggressive, and they did it right. It's just the other team is smarter.
Yeah.
They were able to use their TD to their advantage.
Yeah.
And the IS3s were able to flank, and good job.
I think perhaps Panda Kai in the T1, the Coalition would have been better suited to dispose of him once they knew he was there before they turned and got so engrossed in taking the cap. Yep. If they'd gotten rid of him, the AMX could have come up and taken part in the fight. But that's the shortcoming of the AMX. He would have been turning his back on a T1 who would have been licking his lips at the opportunity to shoot. What map are they going to take us to next, RP?
So next map will be Himmelsdorf, and Coalition will take the south side, while Phantom will take the north side. Any predictions? One?
Himmelsdorf. All city. There is nowhere to get out in the open here. It is all hiding. Use of the scouts is crucial here, because otherwise this is one of those maps where the game can be over before anyone even sees their opposition.
Yep. And you know, to tell you honestly, we really love this map. PvP, Team PvP love this map. But we are seeing actually a different trend here. If you have watched some of the games in Tank Asia, we are seeing teams pushing the middle.
Yeah.
Taking the middle.
They want to get out and fight.
Yep. And that's what World of Tanks is, pure action.
Action, that's what it's all about. As we said in one of the earlier maps, sometimes on a map such as this, teams can move one side of the map, the other teams moves the other. You do the clock, they rotate around, and never the twain shall meet. But yeah, as you said, there has been a tendency for teams to come into the center. Teams have been coming into the center, and they have been butting heads, and that, yeah, from a spectator point of view, we love it. We love the action. We like, just like we saw on the last map, we just like seeing the teams getting in there and engaging. It gets a bit frenzied, it's hard to call, but it's pretty exciting.
Now, let's look at the lineup. For Team Coalition, they have 110, two AMX 5100s, actually there's three 110s, and it's like a substitute for IS3.
Yeah, it's pretty much almost an unchanged lineup from the last match. But your guys, Project Phantom, they are clearly in love with the, let me get it right, I'll do it justice, I'll call the name probably.
Help me.
The Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger. They love that tank, and I got a funny feeling there's a lot of guys there at home that are grinding like mad to get to tier 8
Can you do it with a German accent?
Das Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger. How's that?
Waffenträger.
And we're gonna bump into someone German in a minute, and they're gonna go, "That was terrible, my friend."
Let's roll out.
Himmelsdorf. I'm excited. Let's roll out indeed. Of course, if you're just joining us, this is Juan Turca bringing you the action here. The action from the World of Tanks Singapore National Series Finals. With me is RP. And RP, this is it. This is the decisive game here. They're 2-0 down, Coalition. They need to come back.
Yes, and we are seeing good lineup here. We already discussed the lineup earlier. And I think 2-0. Can you say that's it? Can you say that's it?
It's never over. You know, I spoke to Dragon earlier, Dragon being the captain of the Coalition, and he said to me that they know that they're up against it. They know they're relatively new. They're just going to do what they do. They're well aware that victory could really make them as a team. They know ISG are the standard, but look, they're going to try their best. And Well, they got their backs against the wall, and there is never a more dangerous time than when someone's got their back against the wall. You really find out what they're about.
Yep, and they're actually great. I can say that they're a good team. Even if they're new, they did well.
We've already seen tanks, though, across the map.
I think we will probably see an early engagement here because all tanks of Phantom are up north, and they already spotted Lee Rax.
Shooting down the 1 and 3 lines. Those long sniper avenues that are afforded us on this side of the map here on Himmelsdorf. And the shots are being traded. Dragon Quan, he's taken a couple of shots.
Well,
Dragon
I think
Twen, I should say, 82%.
Yep, Rapax is down to 47%. If you will look at my side or Phantom side, you can see that Rapax is down to 47%. And his team is all, or the rest of his teammates are all waiting behind. So I think the upper hand is on Coalition right now, but we cannot say that it's over.
That's the accurate gun on the 110. That's really nice shooting there. He's made some really nice shots early. The KV-5, as we've been saying, is a damage soak. He sits there and takes damage, but he does have weak points, and they've managed to nail those weak points early to get that much damage on him early. The 110s, they're rolling out en masse now. All three of them are going to get ahead, see what they can find. They're going to press the issue. They have got nothing to lose and everything to gain here at 2-0 down.
But Raymond is already down to 63%, while Elastic is down to 38%. This Waffen Traggers are doing a good job sniping those two 110s. Or not actually a 110.
It's the 5100s.
It's the 5100. Well, the 110s of Coalition team took down the KV-5. So,
should they be sitting quietly now, though, or should they press that advantage? Have a go, get aggressive.
Yep. They already have a tier 8-point advantage, so you can see they're already backing out.
They'd be happy if things just stay this way now, wouldn't they?
Yep. Now the pressure is on the Team Phantom. They have to take at least one tier 8.
Well, the AMX 5100s, they are the two that they could take. We see them on screen at the moment. They've got to be really careful now. They don't want to try and brawl with the 5100s from the opposition. They're happy to just let this match peter out now. They'd like 7 minutes of nothing.
Yep.
They'd like to hide, but I don't think that they're going to be given that luxury by Project Phantom. They're regrouping.
I think it's a smart decision for Coalition to wait because, again, they already have 9 points advantage. Now for Team Phantom, I think they're in a dangerous position right now considering you have two AMX 5100s that we all know has very thin armor, and it's paired with two Waffen Traggers that we know the guns are dangerous, but again, the armor.
Well, they just took a shot there. Yeah, they just took a shot there. I think one of your guys took a shot from one of the 110s, one of the Waffen Traggers.
Monoceros is down to 69%, while Sick Tank is down to 52%. So Bubbles is now trying to take hits, and he's down to 54%.
And the Waffen Traeger isn't super accurate.
Yep.
It's not super accurate, so yeah, if he came up with a miss against one of these 5100s, he'd be in a lot of trouble. But yeah, everyone's just sitting around. Elastic Little Brother, he's got 3 big scars down the front of that 5100. And the guys inside there would be very nervous.
Yep, and looking at where Team Phantom is right now, they are in big danger. They're all sitting there. All of the 4 tanks, all the 4 tier 8 tanks are sitting there. We can see Bubbles trying to back out, to snipe. But is this going to be enough?
I don't know. If you were running Project Phantom, if this was your call right now, if you were in charge, you were the captain on the ground, what would you call? What would you do to break this stalemate?
I would rather have those AMX 5100s try to flank or try to get a shot from A1 to snipe because, as you can see, the Waffen Traggers can still take at least 2 to 3 hits or probably 4, but, who knows?
It's on. The 110s are having a go. They've decided they need to get in it and
now
amongst
we
it,
will see
and
an
they
engagement.
are charging.
Yep. The 110s are trying.
It's brave. Dragon is throwing caution to the wind. He's got a teammate on the other side of the fence there, Baby, who is at 33%.
Sick Tank is down to 8%. Sick Tank.
Oh,
Baby is down.
ELB's down as well. This is...
Bubbles is down. And Cetus is now reloading.
There goes the T1. This is much like the last map in that both teams
Sick Tank is down as well.
It's going to be very decisive
Monoceros
engagement
is
here.
down.
The Coalition are going to pull this one out. Oh, they've lost one of the tanks. Laraxis is gone, but Sadis is sitting there. He's in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
He's got Raymond on one flank, and he's got Dragon on the other. And there's the shot. That puts it 2-1.
Yep.
Hats off to the Coalition. They are still in this game.
Yep, they are
Good
still
work,
in this
guys.
game. Like what I told you, they are the ones who put the pressure. They are the team who put the pressure in the game, and they won.
Even some people here in the command center, a little bit of applause going up for the Coalition there. They've earned a little bit of respect there. They've shown we're not to be trifled with. When things go our way just that tiny bit, they got their early shots and took 100% advantage of it, and that is a great victory. 2-1. I must say I enjoyed that encounter. Coalition being the team that I was calling from their side. Nice to see them get a win. And nice to see the Waffenträger shown to be vulnerable in the right circumstances.
But I think Waffenträger for this map, it's a no-no for me.
Yeah, I would concur. I think you are right on the money there, my learned friend. I think you've got that on the head.
Yep.
Where are we going to see the next fight take place?
We have steps for the next map.
Steps.
Yep. This is an open map, so we'll probably see some T-32s, some light tanks.
Yeah.
Just like Prokhorovka.
We're going to see 5100s. I expect that. Do you think the Waffenträgers will get a lot of use here?
To be honest with you, I'm not really amazed with the Waffenträgers now. They have good gun.
You've turned quickly.
Yeah.
You've turned quickly, my friend.
Yep. So probably this map, it's a 50-50 for me. Waffenträger is a 50-50.
Yeah?
But, we can say what will happen.
Well, the Coalition have almost finished their picks. But, they're looking a pretty standard lineup. Of course, the 5100, it's never a surprise to see them. They're just deciding on one more tank. They've got the two 5100s selected so far. We do have two 110s. So they're really utilizing the 110. We haven't seen them roll out with IS-3s, unless I'm mistaken. They're preferring the 110.
Did you notice the gun? Was it the final gun or the second gun? I think it was the final gun.
Do you think they used the big gun?
Yep.
Didn't go in with the smaller gun?
Yep. I think that's what we have to look at later.
Yeah.
Because if you will use the final gun of 110 or the third gun, if I'm not mistaken, you'll have a good rate of fire.
Yeah, it's a good rate of fire, and it's accurate.
Yep,
it's good, accurate. But of course, when you go down one step to what, if you informed me correctly, it was the 122mm D25T. Basically, what you told me, guaranteed damage.
Yeah, and they're able. Actually, Coalition team was able to use that advantage.
Yeah,
they actually pushed with the 110s.
Yeah.
So it's a smart move for them.
And they surged. They surged in numbers. They went with all three. They were trying to use the AMXs as a flank, and they lost one. But they still, the AMX was a distraction. They were forced to look over at the AMX. And when you got the 3 110s rolling down on you, you can't be looking anywhere but straight at them. And you pay the price.
You're actually able to witness the accuracy of 110. Do you still remember the KV-5 that was sitting behind the building or the window? They're able to hit him and down to 48%. And
even through that little open window.
Yeah,
they nailed the sweet
really
spot.
Accurate.
We're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we will be back with steps. Game 4 of the first semi-finals here in Singapore. So it's Game 4, RP. We are up to Game 4, and of course Project Phantom at 2-1. But the Coalition showed in that game they are here to play. They are not just making up the numbers.
Yep, and Coalition did great with the 110s. Anyway, we are playing steps, and I think you're ready. I'm ready. The tankers are ready. So let's roll out.
Roll out. Steps. Completely different kind of play style to Himmelsdorf.
Yep.
Give us a bit of a rundown of what you expect to see here.
Well, I'm expecting to see those 1390s from the Coalition to exploit the open side, like the right side, 9-0 line. And they have T32 and T69, so I'm sure they will be doing a haul down.
Yeah, we've gone single heavy. The T32, of course, the AMX 1390 and the Wheezies. We have two 1390s and a Wheezy, and they are going to get out there, spread their legs, have a bit of a run around, and see what they can see. 4 seconds left. 3.
And of course, for Team Phantom, they have Waffenträger. What can you say about that in this map?
2 of them again. They are in love with the Waffenträger.
Yep. and I can say I loved him.
You did. You were all over them.
No.
How quickly have you changed your colors? The Wheezy of the Racks, he's getting out and motoring for the Coalition side of things. If we were to switch the camera, we'll see him heading straight up the center line. He is going straight up the 5. A little bit of cover there, but it may be too late. I've no doubt he got pushed through and was probably seen. And Baby sprints on past in the 1390. So, yeah, these guys are out and they are running. What's happening on Project Phantom's side of
switching
the
the
fence?
camera to the Phantom side, as we can see, they are pushing from the north, going to the eastern side. And they have the AMX 1390 spotting for them. And like what I said, they will probably exploit that side, trying to spot for their Waffen traggers.
Yeah, well, we saw Baby. He got slapped 6 times up the side of the head there. 68 left of 1,100. That is 7% for the mathematicians, and he will be regretting that encounter. But he's still alive, and as long as your gun is still in the game, you've got a part to play. But now the guys are being a little more cautious.
Do you think he was shot by the Waffen traggers?
Hard to say. I thought he took more than one shot, and you and I would both think the Waffentrager would probably almost finish in one shot, wouldn't he?
Yep. Well, I think the Waffen Trager's position right now, if you will switch the cameras to Phantom or to Team Phantom, you can see the Waffen Traggers and are really in a good position. They have spotters. 3 of their tanks are spotting for them. They can shoot any tank that goes out there. And we can see an engagement now.
Yeah.
Sig Tank is now taking some... You know, he's not actually taking some damage. He's
in
now
big
trying to
trouble.
destroy Little Brother. And he's down. 2 AMX 1390s down. 4 Team Coalition. What's on your side? Switch cameras, please.
Yeah, the IS-3 and the 1390 and the Pershing all had something to say there to Elastic Little Brother, and they did not say it nicely, and they sent him packing. Of course, Elder Twin, he came a little too late. He would have liked to have been involved in that engagement, but he could not have anything to do with it. But now he's come up late, and he can see the IS-3, but in his current position, he won't be hulled down, so he'll be in trouble. But the Wheezy of Larax, he's pushed forward with Raymond in the T-69. But is this a case of too little too late?
Yep. Looking at the Phantom side, we are seeing Cepheus pushing with his Pershing. Actually, he's taking that rock. He's gonna be the spotter for his the Waffen traggers.
Rock.
Yep, that famous rock. Rock and roll.
Everyone likes to get on that rock when they're playing this map.
Yep.
And all he has against him is the light of Wheezy and the medium of T69, I should say, of Raymond. So we've got Larax and Raymond here. They don't have a lot of hit points to offer. And now there is the flanking maneuver going out from Bubbles. But he's got to be careful. That T-32 of Elder Twin, he's still lurking back there, waiting for him to break cover.
And looking at the Phantom side, we are seeing that Sig Tank and Cepheus are already pushing. They can actually take damage. And there's a shot.
Yeah, and, Raymond's taking a hit.
Yep. Raymond is down to 45%, down to 28%. I think he's going to go down. He is going to go down.
Sig Tank finishes him off.
Yep. And I think we can say it's already a GG, right?
This is going to be a GG. Sadly for the Coalition, they have fought bravely. I'll give them that. But I think the experience of and I hate to have to say it, the ISG members of Project Phantom is going to carry the day here as Larax turns and runs. And he is getting shot in the back. The worst place to get shot no matter what you're doing. And yeah, Project Phantom are going to go through.
Yep. Bubbles takes down the Wheezy. Bubbles takes down the Wheezy, and we have Elder Twin left with 19%.
And he's getting picked apart.
Yeah.
Not a lot he can do from there without some support. They are spread out. The focus fire will have him. And yeah, we're going to see Phantom, Project Phantom,
and look
progress
at the chat.
through to 3-1.
Look at the chat. They're saying WT or Waffen Trager camo is too OP.
Yeah, it's as we said earlier, there is a bit of a call going up already. And like the tank's been in the game for 3 days, and already guys are complaining that it's OP.
Yep. And yeah, I agree. This is already a GG.
Elder Twin is out of there. Sig Tank and Cepheus, they are rolling in on the cap.
Yep.
All that we have left at the back is the T1 of No Thing. And well, do you think he's just going to stay up on the hill, or do you think
he's got a good position?
He'll go down
anyway.
fighting. He'll call Bonsai and run in off the hill.
Yeah,
they're shooting at the tree. All right, he's having a go. I'll give him
down.
points for that. And bang, he is out of there. 3-1 to Phantom. Round of applause for Phantom. That puts them through to the final.